Hey everyone, it's Emily Williams here, and this is an episode all about sales and why it's so important for you to support people in getting out of their own way on sales calls. And this means going deeper than you could have ever imagined was possible with a stranger. So if that interests you, listen to this episode. Welcome to the I Heart My Life show with success coach Emily Williams. Tune in daily to learn how to design a life you love, create more success and wealth, move past fear and blocks, and bring more joy into your life and business. It's time to create a life that's better than your dreams. So this is just going to be a quick one. This is not an in-depth sales training, but I want to just give everyone who is in some form of selling a wake-up call. So oftentimes when clients come into our programs and work with us, they have a fear of selling. And I totally get it. I was exactly the same. I used to get on the phone with potential clients and they would give me their excuses, the I don't have the money excuse, I have to ask my husband excuse, I don't have the time excuse, and I would totally buy into it. And it would be a very quick conversation. They'd tell me how incredible the program was. I would share all my information, and then we would end the call with me, like I said, completely buying into their excuses, and that would be that. And I finally learned that most people need you to take a stand for what it is that they're telling you they want. So if you're a coach or consultant, this will really resonate with you, but really this applies to any type of entrepreneur. And I want you to just think about any previous sales conversation you've had as I go through this on today's episode. So normally when I host calls, I get on the phone with a potential client and they share what's working for them in their business, and they also share what's not working. Obviously, most of the time, them sharing what's not working, that's the whole reason why they even booked the call in the first place. So we spend a little bit more time there. And then we also take a look at what they desire. How do they want things to shift? What is that big picture vision that they're working towards? And after gathering that information, I'm able to share whether we can help them, whether our courses and programs are the right fit for them. And most of the time, these potential clients have been pre-qualified. So most of the time when they get on the phone, our programs are a great fit for them. And so I'll explain the results that they can expect in the program. And then after that, obviously I'm going through this very quickly. After that though, that's when we start talking about the financials and the time and the investment, the overall investment. And this is the point where people normally start to freak out. And I'm sharing this with you today so that you can be prepared for what's to come during this part of the conversation. And if you've already been doing sales calls, you know exactly what's going to come up. So they've just finished telling you all these things that they want, all these reasons why they want to invest in themselves. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the actual investment, the time, the money, anything else that they feel is creeping up for them, they will stop themselves. And again, this is completely normal, but you and I both have to be prepared to handle it. So you need to know that even when that stuff comes up, those excuses, those objections, that's not really them talking. That's actually their mind. That's their subconscious. That's the thing that's going to hold them back for the rest of their lives unless they're able to make a shift. And that's where you come in. I don't buy into anyone's excuses. I believe that everyone has the money. We live in an abundant universe. I go into conversations believing that everyone has that rich grandma waiting to give them a bit of their inheritance early, or the opportunity to put something on a credit card, or the opportunity to make the money, or take out a business loan. Regardless of the circumstance, I go in with a mindset and hold the belief that the client is capable of making a transition and making that investment if they truly desire it. And I see so many women in particular going into sales conversations assuming that someone's not going to have the money, assuming that someone's not going to be capable. And I want you to really flip the switch on that and understand that you have to hold the space for the client. You have to see the bigger vision and see a bigger a bigger vision than what they can see for themselves, frankly. And this means that you don't give in to their excuses. You don't buy their excuses. You know that they are capable, and you hold them to a higher standard than they are holding for themselves. And once you go into the call with that mindset, then those excuses, they will not permeate. So you need to create a bit of an armor for yourself so that you don't get taken down by their excuses and you don't buy into them. And once you do that, then you can actually support this person in making shifts right there on the phone. And so I love to do this by asking questions. So I'll ask questions around why they don't think they have the money, or what's coming up for them around time, or why they feel they need to ask their husband's permission. All of these might feel a bit icky to someone who is not well versed in asking questions like this, but I frankly I do it on the behalf of my potential client. It's not about me anymore. It's never about me on the sale. It's about supporting them and getting closer to their vision. And I truly believe that how we do one thing is how we do everything. And so if someone has said to you that they want to make a change in their life, or they want to make transition in their business, or they want to improve their relationships or their health, and then in the second breath they're telling you that they can't do it, then there's a disconnect there. There's something else going on beneath the surface, and most of the time it's these stories, limiting beliefs, and fears that are running the show. And so I need you to access some bravery and be able to have the harder conversations with your potential client, the conversations that most people, they're not able to have with themselves, and most people don't have anyone in their life to have those conversations with them. In that moment, they do not need another friend. They do not need someone tiptoeing around the issue. They need someone to speak to them lovingly, but also in a way that allows them to see the error of their ways or their fears very clearly, and allows all of that to be brought to the surface. And that's the opportunity that you have on your sales calls. Yet most people are not taking those opportunities. Most people are tiptoeing around the whole issue at hand, the reason why people aren't moving forward, the reason why they're not getting results. And I want to invite you to be different, to be the one who does speak truth on the calls. And you can do it very lovingly. You can do it in a way that is so supportive, yet very honest. People need more honesty. People want to have a coach or a consultant or a leader or someone to show them how they can make a transformation and the ways in which they're holding themselves back. And so, again, I invite you to do two things. Number one, be prepared for those objections. Know that they're not real. Know that it's just habitual. It's just that mind trying to keep them stuck and safe. Be someone who is able to help them move past the objections. So if they say they don't have the money, help them find the money. Go above and beyond. And number two, help people bring those insecurities or objections to the surface, see them for what they really are, and help them to transform them so they no longer are held back by those limitations. For me, one of my biggest missions is to support women in getting out of their own way. And we spend so much time in the mind chatter, in the false and limiting beliefs. We have so many people who do tiptoe around us. We have so many people who don't see the big vision. So this is your chance on these sales calls to be the person who does all of that, who sees the big vision, who holds someone to a higher standard, who helps them transform. Think about how powerful that will be. So I can't wait to hear how all of this shifts your sales calls. I know this is a topic that we will be covering many times on the I Heart My Life show. I'm super passionate about it, and I want to see all of you making way more money than ever before, and also having that great, massive impact. So until next time, I'm Emily Williams, and go off and create a life and business better than your dreams. Talk soon. Thank you for listening to this episode of the I Heart My Life show. Please take a second to leave a review. We love reading all of your comments, suggestions, and feedback. And for more inspiration, success tips, and ways to achieve your life and business goals, definitely follow me on Instagram and Facebook at I Heart My Life Now. See you next time.